Well, we are just days away before March Madness officially kicks off. Of course, with major sporting events comes a lot of chances to chow down on some grub.
Absolutely. And joining us now to share how you can feel less guilty while snacking this March Madness is Chef Kenneth Hartley. And Chef Hartley, thank you for joining us. Of course, March Madness will include food for most people, but what are some of your favorite to-go-to snacks that people can kind of select for March Madness and all the fun?
Well, one, is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. And I have two healthy choices that you can choose for the big dance. It's also one of the biggest days to snack on in our culture. What I have here is a crostini, and it's a toasted artisan bread with goat cheese, spinach, and strawberries. And then I have here sort of like, I call it a potato popper, but it's a mini baked potato loaded with sour cream, as well as pork rinds from Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And also the bread is brought to us by Julian's Recipe artisan breads.
Well, let me just tell y'all, for y'all at home, you can't smell through the TV, but it smells absolutely
amazing.
delicious, and I hope he really gives me some. Now, my friend, you know, how easy is it for viewers who might be a little intimidated to put something like this together for their Selection Sunday watch party? Because, you know, I just go to the typical stuff, the chicken and all the other stuff that's probably not good for me.
But, you know, summer's coming up, and, you know, they say summer bodies are made in the winter, as we know. So what we have here is packed with protein, as well as 7 grams of collagen. So you get the flavor as well as the healthy side as well. It's nothing to be afraid of. You can have 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4.
Yeah, and with the kind of the small mini stuffed potatoes here, is it more about the portion size? Because I mean, all these ingredients, I'm like, okay, I've had that before.
It's about portion as well as discipline. You know, even though it is
discipline.
Portion, even though it's portion out, you got to know when to say no. And you know, that's when it comes to that health-wise.
And Chef Hartley, as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, all right, there are going to be people at home who are like, I want to know what the substitutes are. What can I do if I can't make this beautiful spread right here? What are some substitutes that come to mind?
Well, the pork rinds you can have by themselves. You can dip them in hummus as well as guacamole. Whatever your healthy dip might be, you want to stay away from the nacho cheeses, things of that nature. And as well as the crostini, you can, you know, go with a whole grain toast, and just simply with almond butter and things of that nature. So, you know, you just want to stay away from the heavier things because you want to be able to stay awake to watch the game. Yeah,
well, I find it kind of ironic you asked about these portions because, you know, if you're a real fan, you're stressed through the game, you just eat, okay? But, you know, at least it's a little healthy. We love this, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, should we try to, can I try one?
Right, go for it.
Thank you. I mean, Nick, you're trying to be all cute about it.
Chef Hartley, the thing is, for a lot of people, they're watching this, they want to know, okay, I want to taste some of this too. Where can they go to follow you or get their hands on some of this? Okay,
well, you can follow me at chefhartley.com. There's recipes on there, and there's also consultations if you want to learn a little more in depth of how you can create these special dishes. As well as the products I source from Whole Foods. You can find Julian's Recipe artisan breads in Whole Foods, as well as the Southern Recipe pork rinds. They're at your local, I would say, Food Lion or Harris Teeter.
Let me tell you something. This is good, and the pork rinds make the whole thing.
Exactly.
This is really good.
It's sort of like a loaded potato chip due to the portion. You know how?
Yes, Lord.
Instead of grabbing a handful of chips, you could grab one.
You know, we make creations potato. Where we're from.
Absolutely.
Man. Just saying. All right, well, Chef Hartley, thank you so much. We'll be right back. All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. We have to talk about the weather because Derek is over here waving. My friend, I'm sorry. I got so caught up in the eating.